I met my neighbor for the first time when I was trying to figure out how to stop my life from leaking. It was raining, the kind of relentless gray downpour that makes you feel like the sky is mourning something it can't quite name. My roof was dripping into a bucket in the kitchen, and I was out on the porch, staring at the woods, wondering if my wife's roses would survive the flood. That's when I saw her. She was standing in the middle of her yard, 3 houses down, with an easel and a canvas. No umbrella, no raincoat. Just a yellow sundress that was soaked through, clinging to her like a second skin. She was painting. I walked to the edge of my porch, a cup of lukewarm coffee in my hand, and I just watched. She wasn't painting the trees or the mountains. She was aggressive with the brush, stabbing at the canvas with streaks of neon orange and violent violet. I didn't realize I was staring until she turned her head. Her hair was matted to her face, but her eyes, they were electric. "Take a picture. It lasts longer," she shouted over the thunder. Her voice was like gravel and honey. I didn't flinch. I took a sip of my coffee and shouted back, "The orange is wrong." She froze. The brush stopped midair. She wiped a smudge of blue paint from her cheek, leaving a smear that looked like a bruise, and she walked toward the fence line. "The orange is the only thing that's right," she said, her voice dropping as she got closer. "It's the fire. Everything else is just the water trying to put it out." I looked at her, really looked at her, and I said, "You're not painting the rain. You're painting the way it feels to drown." The world went quiet for a second. The rain was still falling, but the noise of it seemed to fade. She looked at me like I'd just read her private diary. "Eyes on the canvas, neighbor," she whispered, but the sharpness was gone. "I'm Elias," I said. "I'm Maya," she replied. "And you're the man who hasn't smiled since you moved here 6 months ago." Maya had moved in shortly after I did. She was a widow, though she didn't wear a ring. I was a widower, though I still wore mine until my finger turned blue. We became a porch-bound friendship. We didn't go inside each other's houses. Those were museums of the people we'd lost. Instead, we sat on the steps. I learned that Maya had been married to a man named Julian. He was a high-stakes architect, a man who built skyscrapers but couldn't build a home. He had a way of making her feel like a project that was never quite finished. He'd tell her her paintings were distractions from her real job, being the perfect wife. He used to tell me my colors were too loud, she told me one night as we shared a bottle of cheap red wine. He said I was an embarrassment at gallery openings because I didn't know how to blend in. "I like the orange," I said. She looked at me, her eyes softening. "I know you do, Elias. That's why I keep painting it." I told her about Sarah, about the cancer that took her in less than a year, about how I used to spend my days as a carpenter, building furniture for people to grow old in, and how I hadn't picked up a saw since her funeral. "I feel like a chair with a broken leg," I admitted. "Still a chair, but nobody wants to sit in it." Maya reached over and touched my hand, just a graze. "Then we'll be broken together," she said. Things were getting good, almost too good. We started taking Maya's 5-year-old nephew, Leo, to the park on weekends. Leo was a firecracker, always asking me if I could build him a spaceship out of wood. For the first time in years, I went into my workshop. I made him a small wooden plane. When I gave it to him, Maya looked at me with that real smile, the one that doesn't just move the lips, but lights up the eyes. But then the black car showed up. It wasn't Julian, he was gone, but it was his brother, Silas. He was the executor of the estate, a man who looked exactly like the husband who had made Maya feel small. He stepped out of the car, looking at Maya's cottage with absolute disdain. "You're behind on the property taxes, Maya," he said, loud enough for me to hear from my porch. "The trust isn't a charity. If you can't maintain the image Julian wanted, maybe it's time to move into something smaller, something managed." Maya went pale. She looked like that girl in the rain again, trying to use a sundress as armor. "I'm handling it, Silas," she said, her voice trembling. "Are you? By painting scribbles in the yard and hanging out with the help?" He flicked a look at me, at my sawdust-covered jeans. I stepped off my porch. I didn't run, I just walked. I stood next to Maya. "The taxes are paid," I said. I had no idea if they were, but I said it anyway. "And she's not alone." Silas laughed. It was a dry, hollow sound. You've always had a habit of picking up strays, Maya. Just don't expect the family to bail you out when this one breaks too. After Silas left, the walls came back up. Maya stopped painting in the yard. She stopped coming to the porch. I knocked on her door. No answer. I left a coffee on her step. It went cold. I felt that old familiar ghost of rejection. I told myself she was right to push me away. I was a broken chair, remember? But then Ruth, the lady from the post office who knows everyone's business, stopped me as I was checking my mail. "You're a carpenter, aren't you, Elias?" she asked. I was. Well, a carpenter knows that when wood shrinks in the cold, you don't throw it away. You just wait for it to warm up. That girl is freezing, Elias. Don't let her go numb. The next day, I didn't knock. I went into my workshop. I worked for 14 hours straight. I built the most beautiful, oversized easel out of cedar, the kind that could withstand a hurricane. I carried it to her yard and set it up right where she used to stand. I didn't leave. I sat on the grass and waited. When she finally came out, her eyes were red. "Why are you still here?" "Because the orange is still wrong," I said, "and you need a better place to fix it." She looked at the easel. She ran her hand over the smooth wood. "Elias, I can't give you what you want. I'm too tired to be someone's project again." "I don't want a project, Maya," I said, standing up. "I want a partner. I want to be the wood that holds your canvas while you paint the fire. I'm not going anywhere." Maya didn't move. Then slowly she walked toward me. She didn't say thank you. She just leaned her forehead against my chest and breathed. "I'm scared," she whispered. "Me too," I said. "But look at the sky." The sun was setting, casting a deep, vibrant orange across the horizon. It looked exactly like her painting. "You see that?" I asked. "The water didn't put the fire out." 6 months later, Maya had her first gallery show in the city. The centerpiece was a massive canvas of Iranian woods, but in the center there was a small wooden cabin with a bright orange light in the window. Silas tried to call, but Maya didn't answer. She didn't need his permission anymore. Leo has his wooden spaceship now. And me? I'm still a chair, but I'm a chair that's been repaired, reinforced with a little bit of cedar and a whole lot of neon orange. Because the truth is, most people are afraid of the rain. They run for cover. But if you're brave enough to stand in it, you might just find someone who's willing to get soaked right along with you. Is there a color in your life you've been trying to hide because someone told you it was too loud? Are you waiting for the rain to stop before you start living again? Don't wait. Find your fire. And if this story reminded you that it's okay to be a little bit broken, subscribe and hit the bell. We've got more stories to tell.